Hello, my name is Kristal Johnny and I am an FIA student. As many of you may not know, I am part Chinese and part Bidayo. My father is Bidayo and my mom's Chinese. I would say our family is very heavy influenced by our Chinese traditions, and we follow the Chinese ways a lot at home. My mom is a Chinese Fuzhou, which means that my grandfather migrated from Fuzhou, China. In my opinion, there are not many of us in Malaysia. Our dialect is normally known to be very loud and we're very outspoken people. So with that, I would like to share with you today one of my Chinese traditions that have been practiced from families for generations, and it is still practiced today. That is the serving of the long. We'll also be teaching you how to make your very own.
Longevity noodles or birthday noodles are called mian xian in Mandarin. This dish is normally prepared only on special occasions, which is the day of the birthday or on the 7th day of the Lunar New Year, which is known as the day of every man's birthday. As it was the Chinese New Year holidays, I was fortunate enough to be able to go back to my mom's hometown in Perak and film in my grandfather's house. I'll be sharing with you my family's version of the mian xian. We will be preparing the red rice wine mian xian Fuzhou style. Come along with me as I take you into the very house where all the magic happens. The red rice wine mian xian is different from the usual white wine mian xian. Our red wine is made from red glutinous rice that is fermented. The red rice wine mian xian is also different in taste in comparison to the normal mian xian. The usual rice wine mian xian is known to be a little sour in taste, whereas the red rice wine mian xian is sweet due to the use of glutinous rice. I personally prefer the taste of red wine rice mian xian. Now I will share with you the process of preparing this dish. Firstly, a sufficient amount of ginger is sliced fine and fried in a wok of oil. The ginger is then fried for a while. The chicken is then added into the ginger and fried thoroughly. My mom also puts in the sediment of the red rice wine in the chicken to add to its color and to give the chicken its vibrant red color. Then comes the red rice wine. My mom makes her own red rice wine and is used to prepare this dish. Enough red wine is poured in to cover the chicken and is then fried again. After a while, the chicken is then left to simmer. The fire is to be watched as to not let the chicken burn. After the chicken is halfway cooked, now it's time to prepare the broth. The chicken in the wok is then transferred into a big pot filled halfway to prepare the broth. The chicken is then just scooped into the pot. The pot is then transferred back on the fire and left to cook on low fire. We will just have to wait approximately 20 minutes for the broth to come to a boil. When the broth is boiling, it's time to serve. The noodles are boiled in a wok of new water. The water is brought to a boil and the mian xian noodles are thrown in. You can use other long noodles such as bihun, udon, yimin, and even spaghetti. After the noodles are done, they are drained and put into a bowl. When serving, remember to pull up the noodles as long as possible. Some of the broth is then poured into the noodles, and don't forget about the drumstick for the person celebrated. And voila, you are now ready to serve. Strands of noodles symbolizes a long life. Therefore, when eating the noodle, one tries not to break the noodles using the chopsticks or teeth, but instead chew on the noodles when they are inside the mouth. With the serving of this dish, the family wishes the birthday boy or girl a long and healthy life. Also, the birthday girl or boy usually gets the thigh of the chicken in the broth, or a larger amount of meat with the noodles. In the past, we practiced and emphasized on the killing of a whole chicken from our backyard every time that we needed to prepare this dish. This is because the taste of the chicken bred in the village will give the broth a sweeter taste in comparison to commercially sold chicken. Nowadays, store-bought chicken will do. Also in the past, it was a practice to make our own red rice wine. The daughters of the family were to learn how to make this red rice wine. We still hold on to that practice till today. This is one of the places where we can purchase our mianxian or the uncooked noodles. There are two types of mianxian noodles available, which are the fine noodles and the rougher noodles. It's normally quite inexpensive and can be easily bought. This dish has been prepared in my family for their celebrated ones and has been a Chinese tradition for generations. This mianxian is one of my most favorite dishes, and one day I hope to be able to prepare it for myself. I will continue on this tradition by passing on this recipe. This dish cannot be easily found, but I will continue to promote it. I would also love to learn how to make red rice wine one day. Until next time, thank you for listening. You've learned a little bit about my culture. Now share about yours.